Who would have thought that cleaner fish eggs could be turned into high-quality caviar? Workers use high-pressure water guns to release the eggs, and after several rounds of cleaning, the fish eggs become crystal clear. With simple curing, their surface develops a metallic sheen. Even gourmet connoisseurs can't tell the difference between these and smoked yellow fish roe. Surprisingly, they come from a giant aquatic creature with a duck-like mouth and scaleless body. The paddlefish, spoonbill catfish, commonly seen as a delicacy on dining tables. These cleaner fish, which primarily feed on plankton, undergo health checkups annually between March and June. Workers fish them out of the pond, scan them with specialized equipment, and carefully transport the qualified ones back to the farm unharmed. While paddlefish sell for around $7 per pound in the market, the value of fully grown ones like these is hard to quantify in monetary terms. Each paddlefish capable of producing precious roe is an indisputable elder. Male paddlefish take at least 6 years to mature, while females require even longer, usually 8 to 10 years. Unlike most fish, which spawn annually or multiple times a year, every glistening egg from a paddlefish is the product of time. Most female paddlefish only spawn once, every 3 to 4 years, and the timing depends on the environment. In poor water conditions where food is scarce, forget about reproducing. Even basic survival is a struggle. Paddlefish originate from North America, but like China's sturgeons, they are now endangered in the wild. This is not due to natural causes, but entirely human-driven. As ancient creatures that coexisted with dinosaurs, they have survived countless challenges. Once they reach adulthood, they have virtually no natural predators, even though their combat abilities are mediocre. Their impressive size, up to 1.8 meters long, and weighing close to 40 pounds, means that few creatures dare to mess with them. The tragedy lies in their highly prized qualities. Their caviar is renowned for its rich flavor. Their tender meat and smooth skin are boneless, and they have no small bones. For locals, they are the dream fish, so much so that they've been eaten into near extinction. As broadcast spawners, paddlefish gather during breeding season, returning to specific locations to spawn. When water temperatures reach 13 to 16 degrees Celsius, it's like flipping a switch. They release their eggs into the water. But due to overfishing and slow growth, paddlefish reproduction has become a solemn event in many areas, resembling a gathering of war veterans taking their final group photo. In some regions, paddlefish have even gone extinct, maintaining the population through artificial stocking. At the fish farm, paddlefish are tagged with ribbons based on their gender. After administering hormone injections, workers press on the female fish to check the maturity of their eggs. Just like other farmed fish, broodstock do not need to spawn naturally. They are anesthetized, entering a deep sleep. The workers lift the broodstock and place them on the operating table. Experienced staff then make a small incision near their gonads and gently press to extract the eggs. As pressure is applied, shiny black eggs gush out. The quantity of eggs depends on the fish's age and weight. After 3 to 4 years of constant development, a single paddlefish in a controlled environment can produce anywhere from 100,000 to 300,000 eggs. Since paddlefish mature slowly, they are not treated as disposable resources. If handled properly, females that undergo a cesarean-like procedure can survive and recover after 3 to 4 years. They can participate in breeding again. Once the egg extraction is complete, the previously plump fish are entirely emptied. Workers immediately stitch up the incision and return the fish to the pond for recovery. In contrast to egg extraction, the process of collecting sperm from male fish is much simpler. A needle with a soft tube is inserted into the male fish's genital opening, and sperm is extracted into a container. The fish is then repositioned, and gentle pressure is applied until all the sperm is collected. Once both male and female fish have fulfilled their tasks, they are carefully monitored for a few days to ensure their recovery. Once confirmed healthy, they are returned to the pond. To continue their lives, paddlefish can live very long lives, often reaching 40 to 50 years. As long as they remain reproductively viable, they are kept alive and reused in breeding programs. The workers dilute the freshly collected eggs with clean water to prevent them from sticking together. The eggs are then mixed with the sperm using feathers, a process lasting about 20 minutes to ensure thorough fertilization. Once complete, the workers drain any excess liquid, and the fertilized eggs are divided into batches and placed in hatching tanks. This begins a week-long incubation process. During this time, to ensure a high hatching rate, workers periodically remove the eggs to sort out any bad ones. and change the water in the hatching tanks. Over time, the eggs gradually turn white and translucent, resembling small beads with tiny threads, as they roll and tumble in the water. By this stage, they are already living embryos. A week later, tiny fish resembling tadpoles hatch, though their distinctive long snouts have yet to fully develop. The transformation of paddlefish fry. Through a pipeline, the fry are transferred into a water basin. Workers use nets to scoop them all out, weigh them to calculate their quantity, and then begin packing. The fry are then distributed into fish ponds according to density. The density must not be too high. Unlike their harmless and docile adult selves, young paddlefish are true little devils, with teeth in their mouths. If the population density is too high, they turn on their siblings to survive, often leading to cannibalism. Young paddlefish have a similar diet to adults, preferring zooplankton, especially the moving kind. However, in fish farms, relying solely on zooplankton is unrealistic. Instead, they are fed high-protein formulated feed. But here's the challenge. For paddlefish that can grow to over 100 pounds, how much zooplankton would it take to keep them full? As the saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. To ensure paddlefish survive, nature has equipped them with two major advantages. A massive mouth 2 to 3 times the size of their head, which when opened acts like a trawl net, scooping up all the zooplankton in its path. Additionally, their paddle-like snout helps maintain body balance and is covered with sensory cells, acting as an extended reconnaissance device. If it detects any movement nearby, the mouth immediately opens to capture the prey. Perhaps due to their long-term habit of keeping their mouths open, the flow of water through their gills brings in ample oxygen, making independent breathing seem unnecessary. Over time, their ability to breathe independently has degenerated. Today, paddlefish need to keep swimming to stay alive. Much like sharks, if they stop moving, they will suffocate. If you see a fisherman holding a paddlefish and rocking it back and forth, they're not playing with it, they're performing artificial respiration. While their unique body structure offers benefits, it also has drawbacks. Their elongated bodies and bulky shapes make them less agile than other fish. Furthermore, they lose their teeth as they mature, earning them the nickname, the gentlest giant of freshwater fish. Their lack of defensive capability means they don't even put up a fight when captured. When the fry in the nursery pond reach 15 to 20 centimeters, they need to be relocated. Workers guide them into narrow channels, carefully scoop them up, and transfer them using specialized fish transport trucks to ponds 1 to 2 meters deep. To protect the young fish from bird attacks, nets are installed above the ponds, providing them a safe environment to grow. In China, there are two main methods of farming paddlefish. One involves raising paddlefish exclusively in a single species setup, while the other mixes them with various other fish in polyculture systems. In the polyculture process, the most negatively affected are the grass carp. As their dietary habits are similar to paddlefish, they are often forced out of their ecological niche to prioritize the more valuable paddlefish. The grass carp lose their role in the ecosystem. However, their counterpart, the silver carp, is different. Being herbivorous, they contribute to water quality improvement, so workers leave them in the system to maintain balance. As usual, workers feed the fish every evening. The timing aligns with paddlefish's unique sensory adaptation. Their paddle-like snout is highly efficient in locating food, making them less reliant on sight. Over time, their eyes have degenerated and become sensitive to pee. Prolonged exposure to strong sunlight. While paddlefish are not particularly demanding about water quality, there are limits. Workers periodically test the water's pH level, ammonia nitrogen content, and dissolved oxygen levels. For example, if the dissolved oxygen drops below 5 milligrams per liter, paddlefish will start surfacing for air. If it falls below 2 milligrams per liter, large-scale mortality may occur. This is why workers are less worried about trivial things like family drama, but fear rainy weather the most. At such times, nothing else works except turning the aerators to full power. Though paddlefish are surface-dwelling fish, if large numbers are seen floating on the water during the day, it's not because they're out for a scenic tour. It's a desperate cry for oxygen. As one of the fastest-growing freshwater fish species, paddlefish fry, starting at just a few centimeters, can grow to 2 to 3 kilograms within a year. At this size, they are ready for the market. Workers in urgent need of cash quickly harvest them from the ponds to sell as fresh fish. Since domestic demand for fish roe is relatively low, few paddlefish survive to adulthood except for breeding stock. In contrast, the situation is different abroad. Paddlefish roe serves as a highly affordable alternative to sturgeon caviar. breeding females are typically allowed to live long enough to reach their first reproductive cycle. After undergoing a cesarean section to extract the roe, the eggs are processed into caviar, while the fish meat is used as regular food, eventually making its way to human tables. Thank you for watching. See you next time.